It is impossible to ignore this bullish indication because it is so strong. It appears that the CEO of Ripple is about to have a confrontation with the SEC. But what's even more intriguing is the fact that there are rumors circulating that the trial that has been going on for 4 years might shortly be decided in Ripple's favor. That's quite thrilling, isn't it? It is considerably more intriguing than it already was. Experts are of the opinion that the price of XRP Ripple could reach $50 or even higher. If you scroll past this video, you will come to rue your decision. This will completely alter the course of your life. I hereby defer. One of the instances that is being observed the most intently in the world of cryptocurrencies is the continuing legal struggle that is taking place between Ripple and the Securities and Exchange Commission. And one of the most important aspects of the litigation is the discussion around whether or not the XRP Ripple coin ought to be categorized as a security. There are significant repercussions that this lawsuit has not only for Ripple but also for the entire cryptocurrency sector. The most recent significant event took place at the beginning of August when Judge Torres issued a ruling that Ripple could be required to pay a fine of $125 million for breaking various securities rules. Many people have regarded this ruling as a big triumph for Ripple, particularly when one considers the fact that the SEC had wanted a stunning penalty of $2 billion. The reduction to $125 million is a decline of 94%, and some analysts have even claimed that this ruling could herald the end of the legal war. The reduction was made. To be sure, the investigation is not yet complete. Ripple and the SEC were given until the beginning of October to make a decision regarding whether or not they will appeal the order for the Ripple. Due to the fact that the corporation has publicly expressed its appreciation for the decision made by the court, it may appear that appealing the verdict is superfluous. Both the Chief Executive Officer of Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse, and the Chief Legal Officer, Stuart Alderode, have stated that the business will pay the fine in cash and the funds will come directly from the balance sheet. The attorney for XRP, Bill Morgan, who had previously anticipated that there was an 80% probability that the SEC would file an appeal, has now decreased that number to 45% or 55% or 55%. The recent developments in other high-profile instances involving the Securities and Exchange Commission and the cryptocurrency business have prompted him to adopt a new point of view. Morgan made particular reference to the decisions that were made in the cases of Kraken and Binance, in which the judges had a more favorable view of certain portions of the logic that Judge Torres had used in the Ripple case. Morgan contends that these remarks ought to alleviate concerns over the appropriateness of Torres' decision, which had been brought up by critics such as Charles Gasparino, who is a senior journalist for Fox Business. In addition, Morgan emphasized that the Ripple case is the only one of its kind and is limited to the facts that pertain to it. This level of precision, he says, may reduce the likelihood of an appeal being filed. He pondered why it would be necessary to appeal it at all, unless, of course, there were non-legal motives that were influencing the choice to appeal. Even if Ripple's supporters are optimistic about the firm's future, not everyone is convinced that the company is in a safe position. A former senior staffer for the Senate, Dennis Kelleher, is of the opinion that the Securities and Exchange Commission seat would have a good chance of winning the case if it were to be heard by the Court of Appeals. In his argument, he contends that the decision made by Judge Torres turned 90 years of legal precedent on its head by protecting skilled investors rather than less sophisticated ones. According to his point of view, the fact that other judges have rejected this interpretation provides more support for the position of the SEC. Ripple's most senior attorney, Stuart Alderode, is not in agreement. In light of the fact that the Court of Appeals reverses original findings in fewer than 10% of cases, he calculates that the chances of the Securities and Exchange Commission obtaining a victory on appeal are extremely low. Because of this, it appears that Ripple may have the upper hand moving ahead, despite the fact that uncertainty is still there. This is the question that really matters. What kind of an influence will this significant court case have on the price of XRP? What are the prospects for our preferred cryptocurrency in the years to come? Professionals are revealing the truth. Believe me when I say that the information that they have unearthed is nothing short of jaw-dropping. After this, you won't believe what's about to happen. Get ready, because this has the potential to completely alter everything. Numerous forecasts are being made in the cryptocurrency industry. In addition, one of the most audacious predictions comes from the analyst Amonix, who has reaffirmed his belief that the price of XRP might surge to $50 in the not-too-distant future. It was not enough for Amonix to even hint to an increase in a recent post on X. His declaration was made with complete conviction, and he stated that a God candle has the potential to provide the impetus that takes XRP to heights that many people can hardly fathom. In terms of XRP, Amonix has a straightforward and daring plan. He forecasts that the cryptocurrency will initially make a meteoric rise to more than $10 at a breakneck speed, which he believes will then build the framework for an even more dramatic advance to above $50 than what has already occurred. He maintains that there is nothing that can be done about it, showing his confidence in this momentum that appears to be unstoppable. Even more astounding were his earlier estimates, which suggested that the value of XRP could skyrocket by more than 11,000% in just 8 weeks, reaching $57. From the perspective of the XRP community, the concept of a God candle, which is crypto lingo for a big and abrupt increase in price, is not wholly novel. Many observers have speculated that such an event might reverse the years of slow performance that holders of XRP have undergone. XRP holders have been suffering from this decline. Over the course of over 7 years, Ripple coin has been on a downward trajectory, with its value falling by more than 85% from its all-time high. Those investors who have remained steadfast through thick and thin will definitely find the concept that a major rise could ultimately break this extended period of stagnation to be intriguing. However, despite the fact that Ammonix's forecasts generate enthusiasm, they are also met with a significant amount of skepticism. At the end of the day, this is not the first time that such ambitious goals have been set, only to be unsuccessfully accomplished. A number of people believe that the big declarations made by Ammonix are nothing more than wishful thinking. In reaction to his most recent prognosis, an ex-user by the name of Cousin Henry made a joke about how the triangle on the chart of XRP had been stretched more than Pinocchio's nose. He was making fun of the recurring pattern of these hopeful predictions. Rodney Cowden made the observation that it is pointless to merely draw lines on a chart and then anticipate that the market will follow those lines later. There are more than just a few caustic comments that convey the level of skepticism. Michael XBT, another major figure in the cryptocurrency field, has regularly presented counter-arguments to the bullish outlooks expressed by Ammonix. Michael's expectations are tempered by the fact that he forecasts a far more modest aim of $2 for XRP, despite the fact that he acknowledges that XRP might see a rally if it breaks out of its long-term trend. He warns individuals who are hoping for a 100x pump to be cautious, stating that they might wind up becoming the exit liquidity for more experienced traders, which would mean that they would be the ones who are left holding the bag as others sold their positions. And now let's get into the true game changer, which is the extraordinary usability of XRP Ripple. Behind the scenes, Ripple is forming agreements with corporations that are worth multiple billions of dollars, thereby laying the groundwork for something truly monumental. The fact that this is a bullish indication is something that you just cannot afford to ignore. The events that are about to take place will truly amaze you. Prepare yourself for a significant revelation. However, despite its reputation as a society that is well versed in technology, Japan continues to be unexpectedly dependent on currency. The woman who was highlighted in Emily's tweet stated that just 19% of all transactions in Japan are conducted digitally. This statistic highlights the fact that Japan is extremely reliant on traditional forms of payment. Due to the fact that this dependence has become a big problem for the Japanese government, the government has made it a national priority to boost the adoption of digital payments across the country. In order to comply with this demand from the government, Japanese financial institutions have been compelled to pursue innovation and modernization in their payment systems. At this point, the technology that Ripple possesses comes into play. Ripple's distributed ledger technology DLT has been recognized by a consortium of 61 financial institutions as the optimal solution for the development of a new payment platform that is more effective and can facilitate the shift from cash transactions to digital transactions. The decision made by the consortium to implement Ripple's technology is a strategic move that places Japan